Overall participation in this year's Asia Pacific Maritime Conference has jumped by 15% from 2 years ago when the event was last held, and the number of participants is expected to hit a record high of 15,000. Speaking at the launch of the event today, Senior Minister of State for Finance and Transport, Josephine Teo, said the government is committed to developing our maritime sector and to enable our maritime companies to seize opportunities as Asia's share of global seaborne trade increases. Yvonne Chan reports.
Floor space at this year's Asia Pacific Maritime Conference has widened by 15% to meet the increased demand from exhibitors in the shipping industry. And with data showing that Asia's share of global seaborne trade is expected to increase to more than 40% in the years ahead, the government says it is committed to developing our maritime sector and to enable our maritime companies to seize the opportunities that growth offers.
We're expanding Pasir Panjang Terminal to increase our handling capacity to 50 million TEUs per annum. In the longer term, we plan to consolidate our container port operations at Tuas with a capacity of up to 65 million TEUs. As you can well imagine, in Landsgas Singapore, to make a commitment for such massive land take, to grow the capacity of our port to handle containerized cargo is a very serious commitment indeed.
Singapore's maritime cluster comprises of over 130 international shipping companies and more than 5,000 maritime companies. And with an improved outlook for the shipping industry, the government wants to help maritime companies here better capture opportunities for growth. And it says it will do so by continuing to invest in port infrastructure.
Last year, the Maritime Port Authority of Singapore launched a $25 million productivity program under the Maritime Cluster Fund to support maritime industry's productivity efforts. These efforts have not gone unnoticed by local maritime companies.
Singapore is as competitive. Everybody is there in Singapore. Of course, the efficiency of Singapore helps very much. Being a Singapore company, we've got all kinds of support coming in from segments of the shipping industry per se and the shipping ministry here in Singapore.
Still, there are some industry players who are slightly more cautious.
This year, from a ship owning perspective, and the next years also are going to be very difficult. Our fleet consists of multi-purpose vessels as well as container feeder vessels. Both of these markets are not at a level where we would like them to be in terms of charter rates. We are still facing the challenge of oversupply that goes across, spreads across all markets.
Government efforts to boost the maritime sector include helping companies build a quality workforce through internships and programs for maritime professionals to upgrade their skills and knowledge.